Hi, Cancer. I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for your patience with the video. I know that things have been shifting a lot lately, and I know that Leo season and Virgo season were kind of tough for a lot of people, but we're coming out of that, and things are going to get a lot smoother. If you've been a little critical on yourself, like I just had to take a really deep breath. I feel like some of you probably need to breathe a little bit and just kind of allow yourself to be present, right? Ace of Cups and the Seven of Wands. So some of you are either blocking the love to yourself or blocking love from somebody else. You could also be really standing your ground and fighting for what you want, fighting for emotional fulfillment within yourself. I feel like you're burdened over relationships, just relationships in general, like not even romantic ones. I feel like there's this burden again, and we talked about this for the first half of September, where you guys are just taking care of everybody, and it's time to start taking care of yourselves. Not listening to the peanut gallery. Don't let everybody give you opinions all the time. Really allow yourself to make your own decisions. Because I feel like what's happening is a lot of people are just getting up in your space, asking for your advice or telling you what to do, and you're in the Two of Swords. And you're like, you know what? Let me make my own decisions. I don't need to see what everybody else or hear what everybody else thinks. Am I close? Because, yeah, you want to do this. Could you just leave me to my own devices, please? Nine of Pentacles. Let me get my own abundance. Let me feel my way through this. Ace of Cups. If you were expecting an offer from somebody, or you were expecting some kind of gift or something like that offering from somebody, and you've pulled back because you're a little disappointed about it, I mean, this is that Cancer way of when you're done, you shut down and you're done. Like I've seen a Cancer person, like their eyes will glaze over and be like, I'm not showing any emotion. I refuse to. And I mean, you guys are very good at that. I feel like that's what the Seven of Wands is doing. Like you guys are kind of shutting people out because you expected things to go one way and now they're looking different. And you're like, but I did everything that I could. There's that Earth sign. You could be blocking out an Earth sign or fighting with an Earth sign, because you expected more out of a situation or out of them in general. And it's been a burden for you. And it's almost like you've been on this road, this long road, for quite some time. You know, with the Ten of Wands, I've been on this road for quite some time and I need some clarity, right? Ace of Swords. Kind of an easy reading, Cancer. I feel like you guys are just kind of fed up and now you're just like, you know what? I'm going to do this on my own. Sounds so familiar. So familiar. Because I tend to do that too, you know? I mean, I can really pull in that Cancer energy and just shut myself off and be like, you know what? I don't need to deal with this anymore. So the Three of Cups. Are you, whoa, wow, I didn't even have to ask the question before you guys decided you were going to answer me. Yeah. Are you deciding who you want to surround you now? Like, I feel like you guys are being super, super picky about who's going to surround you. Okay, so let's get the obvious out of the way. Somebody could be in a third-party situation, and they have to make the choice to get out because it's very toxic. Because we have the Devil and the Two of Pentacles. Three of Swords, Three of Cups. You guys could be in a third-party situation. Somebody else could be sneaking around behind your back. It's become very, very toxic, and now you need to get out. Or, on the flip side, this could also mean that there are some people in your life that you really, really wanted to be able to trust, and now you can't. And you've recognized that after a really long journey of getting there. Now there's a lot of clarity. And you're seeing that these people aren't as good for you as you once thought. And now it's so incredibly toxic for you to be there. So you have to make the decision to either walk away or, nah, I feel like it's just walk away. This was way too much for you to deal with. And this isn't your, and this is where I think in the beginning of September, when you guys were like, or even all summer long, where you guys were like helping and helping and helping through August, helping and helping and helping, being there for everyone. And then all of a sudden you're recognizing there is no give and take here. I'm the only one that's giving here. Why is there no give and take? Why am I always the one that's having to give, give, give? And now you're recognizing the people in your life that you trusted and you wanted these people to be around, you can't trust them anymore. And it's very clear. It's like a light bulb went off, right? So, Two of Swords. And I don't think that you guys are blinded by anything. I think you're just, instead of you being confrontational, I think that you're just deciding to bow out. With the High Priestess and the Two of Swords, you're just like, it's not that I'm brushing it all under the rug. I just don't feel the need to put myself into this conflict because I'm going to take the high ground. I'm taking the high road. That's what I feel like the Nine of Pentacles is. You guys taking the high road, you guys being independent, you guys sitting in your abundance and not letting other people involve themselves with all of their drama and all of their mess and whatever they needed. And that can be a lonely place to be, but it's better than being in a toxic situation. Whether it's romantic, whether it's friendship, whether it's family, it doesn't matter. It's like you expected a situation to go one way. You expected people to treat you. And if you guys just keep on flipping the cards, right? Yeah, Nine of Cups on the Nine of Pentacles. You know that you can manifest what you want and you can get what you want without the peanut gallery. Without the people around you that are like forcing you to, and it's not even really forcing you to like look at your shadow side. I think that these people triggered enough within you to be like, all right, now it's got a little too far and you're not just projecting anymore. You're just making me feel like crap. I feel like you're learning your lessons, and it could be that you're learning them the hard way, but whatever situation this was that really, really disappointed you, you expected more out of it. And it could have been with an earth sign, could have been a Capricorn, could have been with a Pisces. Yeah. October looks a lot calmer as we move into Libra season. Six of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Four of Swords, 10 of Swords, 7 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. Wow, 7 of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. And the Hermit is underneath the Wheel of Fortune. All right, so it looks to me like there was a karmic situation that you had to deal with. You're really asked to balance this out. Balance it out mentally and physically. And I think it came to that, and it was so exhausting for you that, and kind of, it was so exhausting for you. I think that you thought it was going to turn out better than it did. But for some reason, it really feels like it was a karmic cycle that you had to learn that you were giving so much of yourself to this situation, you are holding on to a notion, an idea, a thought process. You manifested it to be one way and it didn't turn out that way. And now you're being forced to look at it differently. I feel like with the Seven of Swords, it was almost a deception of self, because this Ten of Swords is like, the summer's over. I'm totally devastated. Things didn't turn out the way that I wanted them to go. Now what am I supposed to do? And it's almost like, you know what, if it doesn't happen, if it doesn't happen the way that I think it's going to happen, then maybe it's not supposed to happen. That's the Ten of Swords, going to the worst possible case scenario. And it doesn't have to be the worst possible case scenario. This is just in your thoughts. This is in your head. So the Four of Swords is saying, look at things in a different way, kind of come into a mental balance and clarity with things, kind of even some stuff out. Towards October, I feel like there's going to be a shift where a lot more abundance comes in, a new path, some new paths open up for you. But you had to clear out the rest of the karma in your life before this could show up. Because a lot of times I'll say, if you're not clearing out the old things in your life, the universe can't come in and give you more. You know, we really have to make space for the universe to work. And so all of this karma BS that happened is falling away. Now you're able to look at it a little bit more clearly. Don't go into the mindset of, it's never going to happen for me. It's never going to get there. I've been waiting. You're like holding on to this thought process that you want things to look a certain way, but you're deceiving yourself if you think they're really going to look like that. Because I feel like there's a new path for you. And it's going to open up in the beginning of October. And things look really good and really stable. So keep your head up. Don't shut yourself off. Just because there were some deceptions that happened or some broken hearts that happened or things that were, they just weren't what you expected them to be. Like you wanted them to be so much better, or you thought that things were going to be so much better after a situation or a process completed, right? And it just didn't turn out that way. It almost turned out harder than it should have been, right? That's the feeling I'm getting. I feel like things are much harder than they should have been. And that's why I'm saying October looks a lot easier. The end of September, you can finally close out this chapter in your life, whatever it was that you had to deal with, whether it was family or a relationship, a job. It could have been a place where you needed to move to, but you just didn't or haven't. It could be all sorts of things. But I think more than anything, knowing that if you just kind of rest easy, as we leave Virgo season and move into Libra season, it looks a lot brighter. This Wheel of Fortune looks really, really bright and shiny. Just look at all that gold there with both those cards. They both look the same too. That Ace of Pentacles almost looks like the Wheel of Fortune in money form. Money form. The Page of Wands is saying to look at things in a different, to go in a new journey, go on a new path. Leave all of this old karma stuff behind, all of this old karmic stuff behind. Okay? All right, my dears. I hope you have a really great September. If you want to check out the soulmate readings that are still available for September, the description box below, you can get it on Vimeo, or you can go to my website and order it. Also, all of my readings, I am scheduling for the first 2 weeks in October right now. So if you are interested, fearlessintuition.net. All of my information is in the description box below. I love you guys so much. Have a wonderful September, and I will see you for October readings. Bye.